Pressedaholic family, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about the importance of a nail duster, and to do that we are going to have a special guest, which is our friends over at Airsee. They sent over their nail dust collector, so we will be unboxing it and seeing what's inside, but I am going to try and focus mostly on why it's so important to own a nail duster and to make the initial investment when you are starting your press-on business. I personally remember starting my press-on nail business with absolutely no idea about a dust collector. What was that? Why was it so important? But I definitely see the difference now after using them for so many years. This one is available on Amazon and it's super affordable. So let's jump right in. When you first open the box, you are going to find your user manual, which of course is where you are going to find how to set everything up and further information about the nail dust collector. Secondly is the unit itself and your power cord. This does include a filter, which you are going to see me pull out in a minute, but the filter is already installed in the unit. You will find that there is 2 air ducts on both sides, as well as your on-off switch, and it does have 3 speed settings. The unit is very light, which was really my first impression, and here is where you see the filter that you can slide in or out. Once I turned the unit on, I wanted to insert a clip so that you guys will be able to hear how the unit sounds when it's on, and this is going from level 3 to level 1. Now I wanted to kind of touch on the filter situation. So a lot of nail dust collectors will have like the refills. What I liked about this one is that if you go to the Amazon listing, it actually shows you how you'll be able to clean the filter yourself. And it's very, very easy. I believe that it was like 6 simple steps. And this way you're actually saving money, so you don't have to keep rebuying the filters for your dust collector. Now this is personally how I use my nail dust collector. I always just go in with a nail file and then with a nail buffer, and I just kind of dust it off, and I do this over my nail dust collector. Now what I want to say is that a lot of nail techs or press-on nail babes, we are exposing ourselves to nail filings and, you know, the gel, and if you're buffing gel polish, now you're exposing yourself to that as well. And what happens is we're inhaling that, which can over time lead to respiratory issues like asthma, bronchitis, you know, things like that. So this is why a nail dust collector is super, super important, so that the nail duster is collecting all those things and is not being inhaled regularly. And of course, wearing a mask can also help. So with my next experiment, I decided to place down some paper towels, which I was pleasantly surprised stuck to the nail dust collector. And on this part, I just sprinkled the acrylic powder all over it and then just kind of patted it in, because I wanted to see if I flipped it over, was it going to spill? And surprisingly enough, it did not spill, which I was very, very happy about. And then in my next experiment, I decided to just sprinkle the acrylic powder all over and not rub it in. That way we can see if it was going to spill, and thankfully, spoiler alert, it did not spill, which I was very happy about. And later on in this video, you are actually going to see my personal nail dust collector, which, guys, it's pretty filthy. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But anyway, back to this experiment, I was pleasantly happy. I wish that I had some chalk so that I was able to do this with chalk instead of acrylic powder, but I kind of figured it would work the same way. Also, I really liked using the paper towel because cleanup was super, super simple. I was able to just kind of fold in the paper towel and just dispose of it, so that way it kind of helps with cleaning time as well. So I'm back in real time to give you some final thoughts about the Airsee nail dust collector and just give you kind of a brief overview of how I felt while using the product. So number 1, I really love that this is touchscreen. I think that it's just a little fancy. As far as the weight, it's super light, guys. And I want to say that I do have two other dust collectors that I kind of rotate through, so I did try to compare this to those. Although like others do have the same features, they have like the little touch screen, whatever, I love that this one is actually smaller than the others. So if you're limited on space, this is gonna be great. Another thing I really love is that it does have feet in the bottom, so it's easy to like grip onto tables. Another thing is that this baby is pretty powerful. I was not expecting the 3 settings, and I really tried to not know too much about the product and really use it. That way it's like a true first impression. Since I haven't had this nail dust collector for a good amount of time, I am going to insert some clips of a nail dust collector that I use pretty often and how the filter is looking. This is a nail dust collector that I've had for an extended period of time, and if you see the tray that all the dust goes in, you're gonna see that it's pretty filthy. I haven't cleaned it out in quite some time, but this is just an example of how much dust is actually collected when you are doing press-on nails. I think that a lot of people just kind of say, oh, well, I only do press-on nails, I don't touch acrylic, so I don't need a nail dust collector. And that's just simply not true. If you are buffing the nails, that's dust, like regardless. So as you can see with my personal nail dust collectors, I do not touch acrylic. It's only the gel nails that I'm buffing all the time. And this is how filthy my nail dust collector is. So imagine if I didn't have the nail dust collector and I'm just buffing all of these nails, and how much dust that is in the air. Even if you have a air purifier, like, yeah, that's great precautions, but it doesn't eliminate the fact that you're still inhaling this dust. Now, for me personally, I am asthmatic, so things like dust could really affect me. And when I first started my press-on business, I had a very young child. I think that Jazz was probably like 6-7 months at that time, probably like touching a year old. And it's crazy because right now she's turning 6, but that's just a story for another day. But can you imagine, you know, just having all of that dust in your household? And if you don't have a room or an office and you're doing this in your bedroom, now you're exposing, you know, just the room itself with this much dust. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for Airsee for letting us try out this nail dust collector. I will be using it for an extended period of time, and I will be updating you guys in probably like a month or so. That way we can really give it a good shot. For all the links and information about where you can get your hands on it will be left in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. And if you did enjoy it, or you didn't know much about dust collectors and now you're kind of thinking about getting one, let me know in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. And then we will be missing an episode in 2 weeks because I will be in New York. So if you're looking forward to seeing kind of like a vlog of my life in New York, then let me know. I'm celebrating my 28th birthday with my family and my friends, so I'm extremely excited, blessed, and grateful that I'll be able to be out there. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of the New York lifestyle with me, follow me over on Instagram at pressedaholic, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!